How long does it take to learn French? I've been asked these questions so many times and decided to make a video to explain you everything. Before we start, if you're learning French, don't hesitate to like and subscribe this video. It will be a great way to help me if you like what I'm doing, of course. So, let's get back to the moment. How long does it take to learn French? This is actually a tough question because it depends on many things. First, how close is your mother tongue to French? If you speak already Italian or Spanish, it will be much easier for you to reach a language like French. But if you're from China, maybe you will take more time to get the basics and to adapt to the French logic. Then, are you used to learn foreign languages? And then, how frequent do you study? Do you take long breaks after each French class, or do you study regularly? And do you practice French after classes? This is also something important, because if you practice, then you will learn and memorize things much more easily. Let's say that you attend classes with a teacher, that you are taking a bit of your time to repeat your lessons after each class, and that you don't have this passive approach, that you practice with your teacher and also sometimes outside the class. So to tell you how long it takes to learn French, I will use what is written on my teaching material and also tell you what I usually see in my classrooms. You might be familiar with the 6 levels set by the Common European Framework. This is a division in the European Commission that manage all the decisions regarding the language policies at the European level. So there are 3 categories, A, B, C, and below each category you have 2 levels. So A1, A2, B1, B2, C1, C2. So these are the levels we use here in France and also in Europe. If you're a complete beginner, your first goal will be reaching the A1 level. So the A1 level covers your needs for any kind of basic interactions. For example, introducing yourself, saying what you like, dislike, talking about your hobbies, purchase something, go shopping, order at the restaurant, discuss the weather or the time. That would be the first step. If you want to go further, you have to go through A1 anyway. But if you want to come to France only for sightseeing purposes, that can be enough actually for you. So in my books, they officially write 50 teaching hours to reach this level. But from what I saw in my classrooms, my fastest students reach this A1 level after 40 hours. And if they need more time to acquire the language, it can go over 60 hours actually. Now let's talk about the A2 level. This is also a level that we call the intermediate level. So through the A2 program, you study the past tenses, the future tenses, and everything regarding your self-environment. So you should be able to talk about yourself in the future, in the past, and that would be perfect for relations with your French friends or in-laws or other siblings, for practical purposes. What are we going to do the next weekend? Or let's talk about the last holidays. What was good? What was wrong? Or what I should buy from the supermarket so we cook together. Stuff like that. So if you want to reach this A2 level, you would need something like 40 to 60 teaching hours with a teacher. Now, when you reach the B category, you first start with a B1 level. We also call it the threshold level because at this step, once you reach this B1 level, you've studied almost everything regarding the French grammar. Maybe you won't be able to use all this grammar and vocabulary properly, but at least you will be understood, and also you will be able to understand the main ideas when you listen to a standard spoken French. For example, the media, the advertisements, when you read the newspaper also. That everything is about getting the main ideas. You won't have like this very accurate details in your comprehension. To reach this level, it will take you something like, let's say, 80 hours for the fastest ones, and something like 120-30 hours. This level would be perfect if you just decide to live in France. If you want to have deeper conversation, let's say, if you want to talk about every common topic, that would be perfect for you. Now the B2 level, the advanced level, and actually we repeat what you've seen in the B1 level. So at this step you can read longer documents, you can also read novels, watch movies, and if you have a project in French, for example, signing up for the university, for example, you will need the B2 level anyway. If you're not a French native speaker, the local universities here require the B2 level. I mean, most of them. The C categories, the proficiency levels. At this level, we also teach you how to structure your written documents. We go more into details with the vocabulary, with the expressions, with the Latin locutions that we use quite a bit here, like etc. With the slang also. If you want to become a French teacher, for example, well, that would be a minimum, I should say. And for the C2 level, it's like the full proficiency. It's very hard to reach this level if you are not French, or if you just start learning French now. If you want to become like a French translator or a French teacher, that will be your goal. And as you can see, the question, how long does it take to learn French, depends mainly on your objective. Set your goal and calculate how many hours it makes at the end. I'll let you figure out what is your need and tell me in the description below what is your level. I would be curious to know, and tell me if you heard also about this levels before, or if it's the first time. Thanks a lot for watching this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and see you next week.